Alright. Mardu Sacrifice, or early Goldspan Dragon. So, Shambling Ghast here says you get to make a treasure when it dies. So you could play this as a 1/1, and then on 1. And then you could Deadly Dispute, sacrifice this, get 2 treasures on turn 2. And then on turn 3, you can cast Goldspan Dragon and start mowing your opponent down. We've got a small white splash off of treasures plus pathways for Showdown of the Skalds, as well as sometimes for Extus's front half. The front half here does rebuy Goldspan Dragons, but Awaken the Blood Avatar is also just pretty good as well here. You can sacrifice some of your Dorkos to make things that attack. So, yeah, let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this, and hopefully it's as sweet as it looks. Sure. I love this board. Dear Wizards of the Coast, please allow me to pay you money to only play Magic on this board. So, I actually would prefer, I think Runeterra's split boards are neat and work well for Runeterra, but there was an older card game, Hex TCG RIP, that they did boards as cosmetics that were the full game board like this, and it just alternated. Whoever lost the coin flip for game 1 got to play on their board, and then it rotated for the post board games whose playfield you were on. I really think Arena would be well suited to do something like that. Yeah, Hex used the digital design space to fix a lot of the issues Magic has as a game. Why not just have a different, cause I've just explained that. Like, the look and feel of having the entire field be your board is sweet. And they can be flashier and have bigger, more things in them. I'd also, and obviously I haven't seen the code base personally, so take this with a grain of salt, but I would be incredibly surprised if it wasn't a big rewrite. It wasn't a big rewrite to, like, split the field in half. Oh, have you see your board and the opponent see theirs. So, it always makes me chuckle when people make suggestions like that, because it shows that you don't understand why people buy cosmetics. People buy cosmetics as an e-penis status symbol, and people want to buy cosmetics to make their opponents see their board. My opponent not seeing my cosmetic or being able to turn my cosmetic off defeats the purpose of many people buying cosmetics. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Fear Devil. Welcome back. Sure, and that's not the reason everyone buys cosmetics, but for a lot of people, that's the reason they buy cosmetics. Yes, and also when you're selling cosmetics, letting other people see them encourages more people to buy them. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Awaken the Blood Avatar seems like a gasoline spell. You're still not clear why you would buy a cosmetic, because you like how it looks. It's the same reasons people buy a Mercedes-Benz instead of a Honda Civic. The Honda Civic is super functional. Do I want to hunt for specimens to be able to threaten to block this next turn? I think so. We'll grab a Pest Summoning. How do these decks change with best of 3? The sideboards probably go down to fewer lessons. Honestly, though, I think you still play the learn cards in best of 3. So I can cast this, play this. Holy crap. Wow, this is disgusting. So sack all of these. Give this -1/-1, make a treasure. So this dies. They have to sacrifice a creature. We attack for 6. Howmph. It's like a slightly above average turn. Yeah, this deck is sweet. Bob, standard 22 is really good. There's no sideboards, so if you want to wait till the fall to play with sideboards, I would not fault you. But if you don't mind playing best of 1 Magic, this format is genuinely very good. One of the best decks in the format is just like a green stompy deck, which makes the gameplay really reasonable on average. Arena is expensive. You cannot mitigate the cost of Arena by being good at Magic. You are correct. Magic Online is also expensive. You just mitigate the cost by being good at Magic. Arena does not have that option. Lower powered formats are more fun to brew in, Trog, in my opinion, because it's easier to make things work. So, all costs are relative, and Arena's definitely cheaper than Paper. Nobody's gonna tell you otherwise on that one. I don't know, figure it out, opponent. That's true. If you are a limited player, Arena can be cheap. There's no way for constructed players to minimize the cost, though. Alright, so Fireblade Chargers just sitting over here like, come at me, bro. Sweet. That's a good start to a Monday. Kiki Cord was Gasoline in Modern. Our first Standard deck looks good. Stand up things out here. We're going to start a sweet action game later today in Uncharted 2. Oh, I should plug. This is a new shirt they sent me. Get our this shirt. We need 100 card historic commander back, chat, so I can rock the Get Road Toad Eldritch Horror shirt here. Kiki Cord was undefeated. We are skipping the first Uncharted. Can we make a command for The Last of Us? Or is there a mod in here that's heard me give my opinion on that already? I'll say it once for the video, and then we'll make a command. The Last of Us I bounced off of because playing Last of Us optimally involves a lot of sitting on your hands not doing anything, which I don't find particularly fun. I play games to take game actions. Wow, punished for not holding this up. Kinda, nah, I'd rather play the painter anyways, right? Last of Us is an interactive movie? No. I don't think comparing Last of Us to a movie is appropriate at all, because a movie would not be well received if it had as much doing nothing as Last of Us does. Yes, I'm told Uncharted, I'm told, is like playing through an Indiana Jones movie, which sounds right up my alley. Thanks for the 25 months, Eldune. I mean, The Last of Us might be, like, if people enjoy, like, being meticulous and slow, like, Last of Us has a lot of people that love it, but it's just not the type of game I like. And honestly, even if I liked it, I don't think it's just not very good stream content. Mr. One and Jeff, thanks for the resubs. Welcome back. Would love to. Congrats on landing your new gig to Jeff. Jeff doesn't really enjoy the survival crafting aspect of gameplay, so we stopped us. Let's make a different one. It's more the sitting and waiting than anything else. Oh, did we die while I wasn't paying attention? I can paint her into Goldspan, technically. And then maybe we can awaken the avatar next turn. Take the Desert Doom off the table. Alright, and then this forces a counterspell. Oh, I guess I should have done this pre-combat, huh? We'd have killed them. I assume this isn't resolving, so it doesn't matter, but I should have done this pre-combat. Yes, ward is a much better keyword than hexproof, and I love that we're getting a range of wards. This is the part where this is an extra turn spell and we die, right? Yeah, we actually tried switching to the easiest difficulty, Duck Doolittle, and I still couldn't shoot my way through the part we're in. It's really not meant to be a shooter game. Like, speaking as someone who played through all of Deus Ex and shot his way through that game, yes, Bob, the one offensive thing in this format is Aldrin's Epiphany. This format and Magic would definitely be much better off if they just deleted those types of effects. Alright, this is a content keep. Because if we hit the untapped land by turn 2, we get to turn 3 Goldspan Dragon. Alright, content keep didn't work out. We'll go to the next game. But Jeff, D20s are rooting Magic. I mean, we are a very low variance game, to be fair. This seems like not particularly explosive, but I think it's a fine keep. We'll like tap land on 1 into red source, both of these on 2. I played a pre-release yesterday and was shocked about how every time a D20 was rolled, I didn't really care about the outcome. Yes, that's because the D20 cards are largely well designed. Clarion Spirit with Anthems is pretty good. You don't know if you'd call them well designed. I would. I think they served their intended design purpose without creating bad gameplay. They give you the experience that was intended, which is being able to roll dice, while not making it the game hinge on only that. Incredibly fair and reasonable. Might just grab environmental sciences here so we can get more black sources. I guess the Skalds is probably going to find me more lands. Famous last words. A fight spell here. Are we debating Blizzard Brawling? What if my idiots? Sure. Deal. I'm gonna double block here. I wonder if they didn't realize they didn't have, the snow benefit. And I'm gonna do this before I play a land now, so if we get 2 lands off of this, we can play both of them. Nice, nailed it. And then our deck has so many cheap cards in it here, we're gonna get to really get spinning with Showdown of the Skalds. Really pump up the GM. These are all effectively 1 mana cards. So I can Eyetwitch, put a counter here, and then we can Necrotic Fumes. Another counter here. And then Fireblade Charger deals damage equal to its power when it dies, so it's gonna pop off and deal 5 to something at some point. Yikes! Well, shit. And we sacrificed the Eyetwitch so we didn't get to learn with it. So we'll do this. And then we'll do this and counter here. Take you down to 8. Build your own Dreadhorde Butcher, and it's gone. Last chapter on this doom. Whenever you attack, target creature gets 1/1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. Pretty big hit. Yes, quite possibly. I'm gonna be honest, Bob. I assumed I was sacrificing and was gonna get a learn trigger. I agree that because I wasn't getting the learn trigger, keeping the Eyetwitch was much better, because I would have gotten a Mascot Exhibition. Hey, eat a live one now. That'll do, pig, right? Drop it like it's hot. Can technically kill another thing here too, but this is lethal, so no reason to dick around. Close game despite my mistake there. Showdown of the Skalds, really getting to pop off with our plethora of cheap cards that game in an impressive way. Well, you only get to target 2 things, so I get to kill 1 other thing. Chat, one of our wonderful subscribers here in Twitch, Marcus W, has sent me a bunch of codes for 6 free booster packs. I am posting them in the subs Discord announcements channel. First come, first serve. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 codes. Go get them. Here, in the announcements channel. So the 28 months, J Rockin' for the tier 3. I really appreciate that level of support. Welcome back. No, Discord, you gotta get on that. I gotta get on that Discord thing. Yes, they're pre-release codes, so they're one per account. So if you've already used a pre-release code, you cannot use these. And you can't have one person take all of them. Well, Fireblade Charger can attack in here because they'll trade. We'll have a 5/5 Dargon next turn. What if I just attack with everything? They like block 2. Oh, actually, I just do this, because then if they block 2 of these, this dies, right? So this way they can only block 1 of them, so they can like trade their Loyal Warhound if they want. So yeah, so I think I'm not supposed to attack with Painter, because attacking with Painter means that they can block and kill it with the Aspirant and keep the Aspirant. Yeah, so this way they take 7 and they lose their 3/1. And if they want to block another one, they're going to lose their 3/3 as well and then be super far behind on board. Yeah, they just chose to do nothing there and take the full 8. God bless. Clarion Spirit's very good against our dragons. Wow, Maul's great too. It says Vigilance. Yikes. Man, do we have an out here? Probably starts with Showdown on the Skalds, right? Okay. I'm going to sack this and make an extra treasure to maximize the amount of mana we have after we draw a couple of cards here. Oh. Oh my gosh, and it gets +6/+6 because of... Holy crap, that's gross. For each mana from a treasure spent to cast them, here's my 11/9. Buddy. Oh, baby, that was gross. It didn't, like, in my brain, the 2-drop was 1 mana per treasure. Or 1/1/1 counter per treasure, not per treasure mana. Yeah, it flame pulls, too. Get that. I might have kept one of the pre-release codes for myself, chat, because I don't have a full set of AFR yet. And you can see here in the corner, it doesn't pick up on my thing, but if you haven't used the untapped overlay before, you can see it shows me how close my collection is. We have 91.4%, 91.5%. Even helps you find decks using your new cards. So, it's so lovely. I appreciate good software, chat. The untapped stuff is great if you haven't used it. If you stream, you should definitely be using it for your overlay, but it's also just a good deck overlay tool for you folks that aren't making content too. And listen, this is the real reason to use Untapped, chat. If you use Untapped, the matches you play contribute to their data pool, and you know how Wizards hates data, so If you wanna stick it to the data police, make sure you help Untapped farm some data. I'm bottoming this around the draw. You keep buying Strixhaven packs for Historic, or should you start getting the D&D set? I do not think the D&D set is worth buying if your intention is getting stuff for Historic. The D&D set's really sweet for Standard and stuff, but for Historic, it's not worth buying. Grab Necrotic Fumes here as an insurance plan. When Eyetwitches trade with each other, chat, is that kind of like a study group? Yeah, I would recommend just like crafting the creature lands you're interested in playing in Historic. There's a few other fringe cards like the Werewolf that are probably decent. We'll probably do some Historic at some point later this week, but with Monday being Monday, I couldn't bring myself to do Historic just today. I've got 2 sweet Standard decks. That's actually super unfortunate. Did not get any lands there. Yeah, I want to experiment with some of the D&D cards in Grawl. I think they're potentially very reasonable. So I get one of these friends that's in exile right now. I mean, Awaken isn't even really that good, right? They have a bunch of stuff they want to sacrifice. I think I just do this. I'm gonna wait on this attack, because this is gonna put more counters out next turn. You're watching Day 9 play a similar deck. No, I have the NFT of this one. This is my deck. Other people aren't allowed to play it yet. Alright, so let's Goldspan here. And then we'll get to attack, make a treasure token, and then play like a Ghast post-combat to get another one counter on something. My apologies, just send your lawyers to my place of work. Will do. I appreciate the understanding. So I'm gonna do this and put the counter on Fireblade Charger, I think. I think Shardless Agent is some hot nonsense in humans. If you did not see us play humans with Imperial Recruiter in Modern, I think Imperial Recruiter is the truth, the light, and the word. Is it a game where we cast Extus? Nah. Just like Shardless Agent in your Aether Vial deck, like not only do you not want to Aether Vial Shardless Agent into play, but you also don't want to Shardless Agent into Aether Vial. Pretty decent turn there. Above average, you could maybe say. I missed the fact that we don't have black mana chat. Whoops. Apologies. I'm gonna blame reaching down to grab a snack on that. That hand was very good if we could sacrifice our thing on 2. We had a snack a day. Yep. Yeah, this is good, right? Turn 1, turn 2, we could maybe do this on 3 even. The cards incidentally making treasures providing mana fixing is really sweet in this format. Huh. So would I do that on 1 now? No, I don't think so. You used to have all 50 top non-lands in Modern. Now you're missing 23. Are all 23 of those from the new set? Yes, a bunch of these cards that like incidentally make treasures when they come into play were tough to evaluate. And they've been very reasonable. There's some companions as well. Okay, that makes sense. What if we go tapped land, play Fireblade Charger, and then set up for Goldspan next turn, I think, is my plan. With them holding up removal here, I think I just do this now. And again, I'm going to do this before I play the lands. That way if we hit 2 lands with this, I can play both of them. So I will not be putting standard decks on my website. standard decks have, like, all of the historic decks up there, for instance, like, will stay relatively playable without me putting effort into them. Whereas, like, a standard deck, all these decks are going to be irrelevant, most likely. It doesn't seem like a good investment on my part, in both neither time nor money. Because I pay someone to do all those graphics that are on the site for the deck lists. Go ahead and cast Fireblade Charger here, I think. I'll throw another counter on this. Oh, wait, the Skalds was dead. That's fine, I think that's still correct. Elixir. Alright. Showdown here. Looking excellent at helping us grind through what they've got going on. The fact that this is another card I definitely really under-evaluated during preview season. I was not expecting this to see play while Village Rites was legal, but the fact that the first Deadly Dispute fuels the second one because you sacrifice a treasure that the first one makes to the second one is a really big deal. This effect is really good. And if you're not sacrificing a treasure token to it, it basically costs 1 mana because it refunds you a mana. As another way to think about it as well. Oh, wait. Non-legendary. Yeah, I have some of those. So I can put this land into play, and then I can Deadly Dispute. I guess if I want to dispute again here, I have to sacrifice this. Is that worth it? Probably not. So I miscounted. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Eyetwitch.
In essence, you'll learn the power of death.
Yeah, like... Yes! Yeah, I was expecting 3-color decks to be a lot worse in this format than they are. And the incidental fixing from the treasure cards definitely goes a really long way towards making that not be the case as well. Robin. Yep. Nice. Then we could technically awaken the Blood Avatar next turn. I assume they're about to take that away from us, because Extus is the front side. We could get into a little bit of trouble here if they have a discard spell up here. I think I like waiting with this so we can try and play 2 lands with it. I should attack with Shambling Ghast there. There's no way they block. Honestly, the Painter should probably ship in too. Wow, that's really punishing. Yikes. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. Okay, I'm down 2 points of damage, basically. I need another Showdown or a Blood Avatar here to get back in this, I think. No locks. Supposed to block and get the you sacrifice a thing spell. Yeah, that's probably better. Oh, I didn't realize we had as many data points as we did. All right. I'll tell you what. I said earlier we weren't going to do Meta Monday. We'll pull up Meta Monday and we'll give some thoughts on things. After, we're gonna finish this deck, so like, let's do like half an hour. We're gonna play another half hour, 45 minutes with this. We'll record a short Meta Monday. Yeah, I said that was a mistake, Lampton, if you missed it. If I would have thrown away the Eyetwitch, I could have grabbed the sacrifice spell. Thanks for the tier 1 Sun Griffin. Yeah, it'll be big. What is deck doing some similar things to ours? Seems like they're a little bit bigger. Probably makes them a little bit well positioned against us. I would venture to guess. We're a little bit lower to the ground. The fact that they were able to snipe the Showdown of the Skalds can offer card advantage. Thanks for the follow, Dyson. Welcome to the channel. I could have made slightly better attacks or blocks in that game, but I don't think it mattered because we lost the Showdown. This might be wrong. It might be right to play these out since we have the Blood Avatar in hand. Yeah, it's better against Blizzard Brawl too. Not super happy with my sequencing here. And that's, honestly, it's one of the things that's really challenging about decks like this is this deck has so many cheap spells in it. You have a ton of sequencing decisions in the early turns. It's really easy to flub. flub what you're doing. I think we're just dead at this point because I fucked up. Being on the draw didn't help, but making mistakes also wasn't great. I guess I can... I guess we can Extus. And the Fireblade Chargers kill the wolf. And then they have to sack one of these, and I have a 3/6 left over. That can block for a turn. Eyetwitch can jump block as well. I'm gonna sacrifice everything and keep my my treasure token for down the line. I'm gonna learn into probably Fumes. So this gets to bounce off of here next turn, and then Fumes can kill it. We'll see if we're able to recover from here. Oh, right. This has text on it. Honestly, I feel like that's probably a good call. Because now they're, like, not getting to do their stuff for the turn. So the problem with double blocking there is they could just choose... I guess I could do it and see if they make a mistake. But the double block, they can just choose not to kill the 1/1, right? And I guess if I double block, it means they can't activate it. But again, I don't even know that them activating it was necessarily bad for us. Our lack of a second black mana here is pretty detrimental. If I was able to, like, sack this to Deadly Dispute when we block, we could maybe get back in the game. There's just too many little things that are stacking up against us here. Just haven't been able to use my resources efficiently at all in any of these turns. Yeah. If I had played 2 1-drops on 2, and we would have been able to do the other thing on 3, we would have been in a very, very reasonable spot, but my opening sequencing ended up being very bad that game. I was punished by a Blizzard Brawl appropriately. We mulligan this hand that just doesn't do anything. This hand's not particularly exciting to start, but this is technically a 1-2-3 curve, right? Because this finds me a 3-drop. It's not a terrible pickup either. I'm gonna trade now so they get a treasure. This might be a mirror. Our hand is pretty mediocre for a mirror. Hold this back in case they have a dragon, we can jump block it. If they Goldspan us, we can chump and grab Fumes out of the sideboard. Yeah, so we'll chump here. The tempo that Goldspan Dragon generates is just so huge. It leaves you behind mana after you kill it. Opponent didn't have any plays for 5 mana last turn, seems for us. Wonder if their hand's a bunch of reactive stuff, perhaps? Well...
Let's play a little game.
To the 42 months Frenzied Mage, welcome back.
I just love your energy.
I'm gonna sack this.
Make no mistake, I'm not.
I think we sack this because we need a Goldspan to finish Tibalt next turn. Even then, we're probably still in trouble because they have another cube. Yeah. Definitely feels like... So... Our decks felt very reasonable against other aggressive decks in the format, but people daring to play mid-range on the ladder definitely feel like they're bigger fishing us a little bit. Our plethora of 1/1s for 1 are rather embarrassing into these larger statted things. Another mid-rangey deck, huh? I think I want to trade this one off. I want to be able to make this large next turn. And grab our Fumes proactively. Looks like another mid-rangey deck. Wouldn't mind being able to, kill whatever their first threat is. Yeah, that's exactly correct, Lilik. I think mid-range is an okay spot. No, I think mid-range decks are pretty mediocre in this format. I think, The way Magic the Gathering works, you need to be mid-range needs sideboards to be competitive. Would be my TLDR. That's not to say you're never going to win games if you play a mid-range deck, but I think you'll win a lot less than if you were playing other things. I think we just make a 6/4 here, right? Kills Eyetwitch and Shambling Ghast, but also kills the Spellbinder. Make the treasure token. I think I'm just gonna grab the Mascot Exhibition for down the line. And I think I'm going to go ahead and Deadly Dispute, sack this, try and work our way towards a... leave an untapped black, because I have 1 mana black spells in my deck. Work our way towards a 7th mana for this. I honestly wasn't sure which of these I was going to cast next turn, and now they're taking the decision out of our hands. Kinda? The mid-range matchups don't feel nearly as bad when we draw Showdown. This is a card that helps us make up for the fact that a lot of our mid-range, or a lot of our creatures are low quality. Do I just do this now? I think we just do this. That's fucking impressive. Yikes. I think I'm passing. After watching your die rolls, I can't really say I'm surprised, Big Food. Huh? So if I Eyetwitch and then Shambling Ghast, I can cast this for the backside, sacrificing both of these. And this lets me give this -1/-1, which lets me make them sacrifice this. And they have to Fumes to kill my 3/6 here, right? Yeah, Extus has been, like, legitimately powerful. It's felt really good in a bunch of the games we've played with it so far today. It's sweet to see that we can have sacrifice decks that aren't like, you know, Mayhem Devil decks. Sequence the Painter first here, so that way I get a counter on her. And then next turn we have a Mascot Exhibition. We still have this hanging out. Alright, so the key to outgrinding mid-range is just draw your showdowns, chat. Easy, easy peasy. That value. Hit my friend. So the Mascot Exhibition doesn't make a Pest token because the Pest token has to be able to explain what the Pest token does on the card, and they ran out of room in the text box. So Mascot Exhibition doesn't make all of the mascots because of paper rule reasons. There's no scrollable text boxes in paper. It doesn't make a fractal. Well, in spirit, you could consider it making a 0/0 fractal, and it just goes away and you don't see it. If you think about it a little bit, it kind of makes a fractal. Barbarian class! Our opponent is a rather cultured individual, chat. I am excited for the low variance game we are about to experience. And a sorcerer class? They're multi-classing, chat. Making a couple of treasures here. A lot of can't dump stat what you usually dump stat in Barbarian or Sorcerer. Alright, this is my 5/3 flame player. There are many like it, but this one is mine. The game has a resource system like Magic, but it lets you pitch a non-land card to look at the top 4 cards of your deck to find a resource. I don't know. Something like that's probably fine if the game's balanced around it. I think that sounds like an inherently bad mechanic. It's kind of an interesting way to keep resource variance, but also mitigate it a small amount. I don't have any creatures in play. I'm just going to cast an Extus here, I think. Makes this bigger, and this will come in as a 3/5 double striker. tapped my demon shit. I like these UC cards with the choices on them. Really, really good design slash flavor cards all around. Like you find the villain's lair and stuff like that. Did a good job with those. Yeah, we played the Wild Mage deck on Friday, if you missed it. That sets up the die roll combo. Yeah, they might just be playing this as card selection. It looks like their build is trying to just, like, linear us as hard as possible, whereas, like, the build we played on Friday had interaction in it, as opposed to just a bunch of card draw. Yes, the Printer Twin deck. I guess this is technically interaction. It also protects your thing from removal, which is kind of neat. Until they get this to level 3, though, I'm not really worried about getting comboed. Although I guess they can get this to level 3 next turn and play the Wild Mage, but... I mean, almost assuredly that's what they were doing, right? Right, let's try and get one more game in, and then we'll, let's get one more good game in with this deck, and then we'll do a historic Meta Monday breakdown. This isn't amazing, but it's fine. Do I want to save my painter? I don't think so. This can save my dragon down the line. Really hoping to draw a 1, 2, or 3 mana play next turn. I guess I could technically cast this. I think that's probably not a good use of my mana, though. Especially if they just showed us Thundering Rebuke. Playing my 2/4 out into it doesn't sound particularly exciting. It's kind of scary. So they're gonna get to activate the Outlaw next turn. Alright, I said one more good game, so we're gonna take a mulligan on our last one here. Sweet. Ghast into dispute into my princely here. Sounds fine. Hey, CC. Thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. So this draw makes me want to wait on this, because it can come down nice and big. Grab some pest tokens here because they work well with Extus. Don't want to make it. That's exactly what I'm setting up for, Penguin. Man, this is kind of a disgusting turn, huh? Couldn't you have made an 8-6 last turn? Explain. What 8-6 are you talking about? This doesn't get bigger if I don't have Painter in play. This getting bigger is a result of the text on Painter. You played Kalain and then a land, which meant you had 3 tokens and a land, so you could use 3 tokens to pump it up. No, I wanted to use it to sweep the board this turn. Oh, so you're saying you wanted me to make it 8-6 instead of killing all of their creatures the following turn. No, I disagree with you. I think playing an 8-6 was much worse than waiting a turn and getting to spend X. I killed 2 cats, I killed 2 3/3s, like... Oh, Pest Summoning here, so they don't really have great attacks. Oh, I guess they can double activate Ranger's class, ship Chariot into the Prince to trade, and then we just take that trade. And then if I draw an untapped land, I can Prince for Extus 2 next turn and put them in the ground. It's like grab environmental sciences here to guarantee the lands. I think so, right? Third Ranger class is kind of scary. Alright, they spread the counters out, so that's good for us. So we get to go ahead and do this, and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and Deadly Dispute, sack one of these. It takes a treasure, but it makes a treasure, so it's a wash. Should we be playing a single planes to fetch? Nah, not really. This is like our only dedicated white cards. We have plenty of things that make treasures. Prince has been really good. It's kind of incredible. This is a part where they like level a ranger. If they don't draw something to crew chariot here, we're so far ahead. This is just a 2-turn clock, right? Jay Miller, thank you for the 30 months. Welcome back. Appreciate you keeping me around. Morning, good morning. Yeah, we hit the corner running. This was a just really impressive game overall. Yes, yeah, it's a really great observation, Ish. Good pressure on both axes where this punishes going wide while this card punishes going tall. You got him. These heads up give us 9 power, not to mention the cards in our hand. Sick. This deck was gas. I don't even know that I really have anything that I would change. I guess I kind of want a third prince, but maybe that's also not necessary. Just the whole here just felt really good and clean. Like, yeah, like I wouldn't hate another copy of this card, but it's also legendary, and like we draw enough extra cards with Dispute and Skalds that I don't really think that more of this is necessary. I wouldn't fault you for putting a third, but I also don't know that you need it because of all your card selection. And, you know, we're a Goldspan Dragon deck, which a lot of the good decks in this format are, so, yeah. So, thinking about best of 3, there are some best of 3, like, tournament stuff. If I were to play this deck in a tournament, best of 3, the sideboard, I'd probably get rid of the Hunt the Specimens and only play Eyetwitch as a learn card, and then like play like a Pest Summoning, a Fumes, and an Environmental Science, or maybe like Fumes, Pest Summoning, Exhibition, like three of these tops. Maybe you leave these and you play 4, but you definitely don't play 7. Like start from scratch. We never fished up, for example, but when you have 7 and you don't have a real sideboard, it's like a free roll to have in there. All right.